Hello and welcome to another episode of Sports Wit. Sports Wit. Sports Wit. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, we have a lot to cover today. Remember, don't forget this, the key word in all this is leverage. Today's topic is going to be about the man from America's team, Ezekiel Elliot, the star running back of the Dallas Cowboys. Before we jump into that though, let's talk about something that really saddens me. The Sacramento Kings power forward, Zach Randolph, recently arrested for possession of marijuana with intent to sell. Speaking of trouble, let's get into today's topic. Ezekiel Elliot of the Dallas Cowboys recently served a 6-game suspension from the NFL. If I'm Jerry Jones, this is a heck of a transition from one weekend to the other. One weekend he's inducted into the Hall of Fame. The following weekend, your star running back is being suspended for 6 games for domestic violence, might I add. In case you haven't heard, in 2016, the running back was accused by his ex-girlfriend of a domestic violence incident. August of 2017, the NFL supposedly finds him guilty and finally serves him a 6-game suspension. The worst part in this is not that it took roughly a year to give the man a suspension. The worst part in this is that they don't even have any evidence that the man is guilty. For crying out loud. The Dallas Police Department does not have evidence for his guilt. Now, I understand why Ezekiel Elliott is being suspended for 6 games. I do. So I'm the NFL committee. I'm saying, okay, I don't have much evidence or any evidence at all. But I know I have to set a tone for the players in the NFL. I'm going to make an example of Ezekiel Elliott by suspending him after his rookie year, even though I don't have any evidence of his guilt. So I know that Ezekiel Elliott has a heck of a track record from back when he was an Ohio State Buckeye. I'm just going to let this play out. I'm going to let the young man walk into multiple incidents, as he did. He had an incident in Seattle. He had an incident on the cruise. He also had an incident recently in a Dallas bar. That's just 3 of them. That's what the NFL is doing here. Ezekiel Elliott, you're serving a 6-game suspension because you can't keep your name or your face out of negativity. This is where leverage comes into play. The owner of the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones, spoke on Ezekiel Elliott's behalf. In every incident, might I add. Every last one of them. So, let's compare that to another player like Lucky Whitehead, who was recently let go by the Dallas Cowboys. Thank God he was recently signed by the New York Jets. But if you don't know who Lucky Whitehead is, he's a slot receiver / kick returner / punt returner who played for the Dallas Cowboys, who was wrongly accused of stealing a Twinkie. They had the wrong guy. But before the Dallas Police Department could even tell the Dallas Cowboys, they let him go. Now who's setting an example? They set an example and say, you know what, we can hand out suspensions. We can punish our players. Let's let go of the guy that's easily replaceable. Those positions are easily replaceable. Let's let go of Lucky Whitehead. You actually heard that from the Dallas Police Department saying, we don't have any evidence. You didn't do anything to Ezekiel Elliott. The NFL is going to do it though. Because you had evidence of the other incidents that the young running back was accused of. Another example of leverage. The quarterback of the New England Patriots, Tom Brady. His owner, Robert Kraft, owner of the New England Patriots, spoke on his behalf when he was accused of Deflategate in 2015. 2016 comes around, he's finally served a suspension of 4 games in the beginning of the season. Robert Kraft spoke on Tom Brady's behalf in Deflategate. He spoke on the Patriots' behalf in Spygate years ago. Whose behalf didn't he speak on? I'll tell you who. Aaron Hernandez, the young tight end who recently lost his life. Robert Kraft had nothing positive to say to the media about Aaron Hernandez. Why? Well, Aaron Hernandez did not have any leverage. That's the issue in all of this. Lucky Whitehead, no leverage. Ezekiel Elliot, leverage. Tom Brady, leverage. Not to mention there's a couple of other guys that this year were accused of incidents and were suspended by the NFL. Jerry Jones will speak on their behalf. That's the difference between the NBA and the NFL. In the NBA, the players have majority of the leverage. NFL, players such as Ezekiel Elliott, Tom Brady, they have leverage. But the owners also have the leverage. Robert Kraft, Jerry Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, pay attention to what's going on in these sports. Thank you for watching another episode of Sports Grid.